Now we're in the lower level from Dr. John Principe's office in this gorgeous kitchen, which I had in my own house. It's beautifully done. You've done, how long ago did you do this?
We did this in 2009. So we're actually, 2009 going into 2010, so we're actually going into our second year.
Did you help design the kitchen?
Actually, the co-creator, Ryan Gerber, actually designed the whole center. He has a degree in electrical engineering, and he put his magic into this place, and we're grateful for that particular contribution.
Yeah. I love the colors that you're using here. And speaking of colors.
Oh, every color of the rainbow here is here. And we actually, you know, in the farmer's market, we're showing and talking about that, and now we actually have it right here. And what we're going to do with you this morning is actually make a very, very simple summer soup, our summer vegetable gazpacho.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Okay. Well, in cooking, it's very important that you get good ingredients. To get good nutrition, you have to have good food. So, you know, buying local, sustainable, and even growing it yourself are very, very important mechanisms for people to understand and incorporate into their lifestyle. And they're not really that difficult to do. And more sources, such as farmer markets, community-supported agriculture, in which you can sign up with a co-op to deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to your home. These are all mechanisms that are available to people now, and they can get good produce and fruit in those mechanisms.
Okay.
So we talked about the three basic ingredients of the gazpacho, which are these lovely tomatoes, some bell pepper, and some cucumbers. And we see all that.
Let me just touch on this for a second, Dr. John. Now you've done what? You've just sliced these?
Oh, yes.
Did you take the innards out? Or?
We did. You don't necessarily have to, but we removed some of the seed portions out of it, because seeds can actually add bitterness to tomato preparations.
Oh, okay.
So, but you don't absolutely have to do
how
that.
about the same thing with the cucumbers?
I didn't de-seed the cucumbers. They don't add that type of bitterness, but the seed into the tomato might.
And the pepper?
Pepper, those bell peppers, which are similar in fashion to these cubanelles, were actually cut and de-seeded. Okay, not in reference to the bell pepper, but any pepper with heat. The ribs and the seeds are the location for the heat in the pepper. Okay. So, for instance, if you're cutting up a jalapeno, you better be careful with those seeds and ribs in the jalapeno. Okay. And a lot of times people recommend putting gloves on or something like that. And I've often made the mistake of touching my face or touching my eyes and gotten a dose of jalapeno. Yes. It's not fun.
No, it isn't.
So
it
catches your attention. We'll move over here to our basic ingredients. And we talked about, you know, that bread from the Great Harvest. This is our gluten-free bread. And we simply soak this day-old bread in some water. Actually, you could taste it. I mean, it's actually for gluten-free. It's a very, very, very tasty bread, and it doesn't give the nuance that it's not real wheat-based bread. So very, very good. We have some extra virgin olive oil that we're going to put into the preparation.
And that's what you want, right? Extra virgin?
Extra virgin olive oil. And we particularly like the olive oil that Paul Bondas produces in Greece and ships over to the United States. It's from their family varietal, which is called Pylean Estates. Paul sells that at his restaurant, and we also have it here at WellBeingMD. And we're happy to have such a pure, healthy olive oil.
And where's his restaurant?
His restaurant is in Alsip on near 127th and Route 83.
It used to be the Country House. Is it still
it's
called
still
the Country House?
Okay. Yes, Country House. And Paul does not only the good restaurant work, but as you know, he's doing great work in the school systems across the city and suburbs with providing fresh food and healthy food to kids in their school lunch program. So we really love Paul. But you can tell, look at the greenness of that olive oil is just important. And there are a lot of imposter olive oils out there, so you have to be very, very careful when you buy your olive oil. It should be stored in a dark container like this, and really should have on the label when it was harvested and where it was harvested from. If you don't see that designation on the bottle, avoid it.
And where do you maintain this? Do you keep this refrigerated?
I do not keep, no, this is not to be kept refrigerated. Okay. Once opened, it should be left in a cool, dark place. Okay. But it really should be used within, 9 to 12 months because
Okay.
oils can go rancid.
Okay.
We don't have a problem with that here.
No, I can imagine that.
The next important ingredient is something that actually is important from Spanish cuisine and culture. It's actually sherry vinegar. So it's a different type of vinegar. It has a little bit lower acidity, and we're going to add that to our gazpacho today.
And is that readily available?
I had to do a little bit of searching for that.
Okay.
Actually got that through Whole Foods, but it's not the same as sherry wine. I'll make that distinction.
Okay.
You want the sherry vinegar. And finally, our last ingredient that's going into the gazpacho is something called smoked paprika. I can give you this to take a look at. You can hold that. I wanted you actually to, should have done this ahead of time, but I wanted you to get a smell of this.
Okay.
Just pop it open for you. Okay. Take a smell of that.
Ooh,
Okay, so these,
it's smoked.
it's smoked.
Smoked,
So
yeah.
these are peppers that are slowly smoked over time, and it just really has a very distinctive
Wow.
flavor to it. And it's really going to add a wonderful dimension. So are you ready to cook?
I'm ready.
Okay. If we can break for a second, I'm going to get her prepared, and we're going to make our gazpacho.
Okay, we're taking the next step. We've been to the farmer's market, we've looked at the vegetables, we've looked at the fruits that are on display at the Palos Heights Farmer's Market. You were kind enough to point out the ingredients for this gazpacho soup that we're about to prepare. And Dr. John is going to take his life in his hands to let me do the preparation. So, first thing, I know to wash my hands. So
Good.
I've washed my hands.
Very good.
And the next step is you've got everything pre-mixed or pre-measured.
Right.
Tell me about
There's
that.
a French term called mise en place, means everything in place.
Okay.
So anytime you approach a recipe or something you want to do in the kitchen, it's so much better to get all of your ingredients out, measured, available, and boom, cooking becomes very, very quick and
Okay.
easy. And you don't have to like, oh, did I remember that? And you're scattered and you're running around the kitchen looking for that ingredient that you didn't follow in the recipe.
You've
So-
seen me in the kitchen.
No, I haven't, but I can come over anytime and help you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's have you put in our ingredients for this fresh gazpacho.
Okay,
First
the-
ingredient you're going to put in is some tomatoes.
I'm
So we
just
used
putting
about
this
2
by
cups
hand.
of tomatoes. Yeah, just
The whole thing or no?
yeah, put most of them in.
Most
Yeah.
of them in, okay. By hand, we're
Yeah,
doing, and
yeah.
they've been washed.
They've
so-
been washed and de-seeded.
Not my hands. My hands have not been de-seeded. But the tomatoes have been washed.
Yes.
Is that,
Yeah, that's enough.
Enough?
That's
Okay.
Okay, we can put our bell peppers in.
okay. Bell peppers, okay. In this,
Yep,
I don't have to
just like
chop
that.
them
You
up.
don't
it
have to
just
chop them up any
okay.
further. This is the beauty of the Vitamix blender.
Okay.
It can actually do wonders. And actually, you can go to our website, WellBeingMD.com, and actually have a location where you can learn more about the Vitamix. And actually, if you order it through us, you can get some free shipping. So
Oh,
whatever
really?
helps, whatever helps.
Now, do you want a compact or you don't want a compact? You want a loose?
Loose.
Loose?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we have a tool, the compact. You can go
All
ahead
of
and
this?
put
or
yep, all of that.
these, okay. And these are the cucumbers.
Cucumbers, and they haven't been de-seeded.
Okay. And you
Okay.
still have the skin on.
We still have the skin
Okay.
on. You're going to see a wonderful magic happen here. So, all right, we're going to cut the camera because I want to spare your ears for a second.
Okay.
And we're going to spin this, and then we're going to come back and add some final ingredients to it.
Okay. Dr. John has spun the ingredients, and this is what they look like. This would be a wonderful margarita maker.
It would be. It would
Okay.
be. It's really magical. And as you can see, what's important about the Vitamix is the way the blender actually chops the vegetables. You could actually see some of the whole vegetables in it, so it really
It
doesn't
took
destroy.
like maybe 9 seconds.
9 seconds,
It
yes.
was an amazing.
And a lot of times
fun.
what I'll do in the wintertime when I'm making a hot soup,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually leave the Vitamix on and let it cook into the Vitamix at a temperature that just gets it warm enough so you don't lose the nutrient benefits of whatever you're cooking with. Really fascinating technology.
Really.
So we're going to add some of our final ingredients. We're going to put our bread in. You can go ahead and
And
add
how
that.
much of this goes
You
in?
can all put all of that in.
Now, we saw this at the Great Harvest over the farmer's market.
Yep.
So you've taken the bread, and what kind of bread is it?
It's gluten-free white bread
Gluten-free white
or
bread,
sandwich bread.
and you've soaked it in
We've
water.
soaked it in water. or
Do you want
can-
the water in there too, or no?
No, you can just put the bread
Okay.
in. Okay.
Let me flip this
And
over this.
interesting, you can actually soak it in the tomato juice
That's
if you want.
Okay, okay.
All right.
Is there benefit to that, or no?
Just a little bit more flavor, a little
Okay.
added flavor. Okay, good.
That's it?
Very
Okay,
good.
now the-
All right. And now we're going to add our sherry vinegar. I'm going to add
Yeah,
that.
okay, please do.
for you. Okay. So I put the sherry vinegar in, And I'm going to let you add some smoked paprika in,
Okay.
because this is really the magic of it. I'm going to let you put that in.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
what?
That's a half a teaspoon. We're going to put a whole teaspoon in this. Smell that?
Well, this is amazing. The smell, it's smoky.
Smoky.
It's smoking.
It's smoking.
Okay.
One more?
Are we doing the whole thing?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can
Just
put
one
that.
more of those?
Yeah, one more of those.
Get a little bit more. I can get it in there. There we go. See, it's so easy when he does it.
Okay, go ahead. And then I've measured out 6 tablespoons of the extra virgin olive oil that I'm going to pour in.
Okay.
There, okay. So, like it happened before, we're going to break for a second, spare them the sound of the blender.
Okay.
I'm going to bring back our magical tomato gazpacho soup.
Okay.
So, we'll see you soon.
Dr. Principe has poured this beautiful gazpacho soup into this lovely containers. I
You did a great job, Carol.
Oh, I did.
Let's give her a hand.
Oh,
Come
that's
on,
right. Let's
everybody.
hear it. My husband will get a kick out of this one.
Very good. Presentation is everything.
Yes, it is, indeed.
So we took some martini glasses. We've chilled them. Ideally, the gazpacho would be chilling in the refrigerator for at least an hour or 2.
Yes,
You'd like to
okay.
serve it cold. And we're going to do garnishing with some fresh basil.
Okay.
That actually WellBeingMD grows on its own in something that I think is important for people to understand about growing things your own. We work with a tower garden system, and actually you can pan in on that and show it. We talk about it on our website. We've actually been tracking our growth of our tower garden for the past 14 weeks, and it is a method for people through hydroponics. So there's no soil involved in the growing system,
Oh, really?
but just
Oh,
water
oh,
and
okay.
nutrients. And we've done quite well in terms of harvesting even through this drought. So I
Wow.
encourage people to go to our website, check out our pictures and development of our tower garden, and actually research it more. They might want to bring it into their lives as another means, because we're always about bringing tools to people to help them with their lives to become healthier. So I'm going to, yeah, go ahead.
Now, I was just going to say, Dr. John, if you just tell us one more time what your website is.
The website is wellbeingmd.com, and there's a resource guide on there that you'll find, and just look for our Tower Garden tab.
It's a really well done
Yeah, thank you.
website, full
Thank
of
you.
information, which is what you need to find out more about Dr. John's program. It's certainly worth looking into. He has a 6-week training thing that's coming up very, very soon. So I don't know. I'm sure this will be on maybe
before
starting when
August 22nd.
August 22nd. If you want more information, check the website. Call. We've given you the phone number, which is
708-448-9450.
It's worth investigating, and what a good time to do it now that we still have time to find all these beautiful fruits and vegetables in the farmers market here in Palos Heights. But take advantage of it. This is a good time. We'll kick off the fall with a new health attitude and a new way of eating.
So you want to do the honors?
Oh, I'm afraid to let this go
Oh,
because it's
okay.
going to slide on me.
That's fine. That's
okay.
fine.
Now we
Okay.
just.
So I've cut
okay,
this
yeah.
in something that's called a chiffonade.
Okay.
So you don't want to mash your herbs. This again was the fresh basil that we got from our garden,
Smells so good.
and I just put a little topping on each
Okay.
of those.
Just like in the middle? or-
Yes, in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to do mine. Okay, I want that nicely decorated there. Okay. Oh, stick
Even
into my
decorates better than I do.
Oh, I don't know about that. One more.
Okay.
And then we're going to toast.
We're going to have a toast to you. Thank you so very much for
To Channel
bringing
4,
this.
to Carol,
Thank you.
to life.
And to you for bringing this wonderful program into Palos Heights.
Let's see how you like it.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And as always, thank you for watching us here at Palos Heights.